Hello and welcome. Today's class is going to build strength and flexibility all throughout the body. Take it at your own pace, whatever fitness level you're at. Just know that Child's Pose is always available to you whenever you need it. My name is Tara Mazanek. I will be your instructor for today. If you have any injuries, there are modifications throughout the practice. Go at your pace. And also, if you love what you see in today's class, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and feel free to share with whomever you feel could really use a great yoga experience. Let's get started. Okay, so you're going to come right to the top of your mat and your feet are going to be hips width distance. So standing hips width distance, bring your arms and palms are going to face the front. So your palms are going to be open and your shoulder blades are squeezing in the back. And you can keep your eyes open for this. What I want you to do is reach your arms back as far as you can and then start to sweep them up all the way to the top until your hands touch. Hands touch and then come all the way back and around. And I want you to try to not see your fingertips in your periphery. So you're just opening up the chest, warming up the back of the shoulders. One more time, sweeping them up and back. Hands are going to come all the way up to the sky and touch. And then as you bring your arms down, you're going to start to float forward and fold all the way to the bottom of the mat. Staying here in this forward fold, just shake out your head. And really just shake out your arms and just let everything go. You know, sometimes I just like to, think of myself as a noodle and just really flopping down towards the mat, keeping your knees slightly bent and just lowering your chin towards your chest. You can nod your head yes and no, shake it side to side. Just let it go, breathing in and out. Placing your hands on the back of your calves, bend and straighten your knees. We're going to do this a few times. This is a dynamic stretch for the back of your legs and really opening up those hamstrings. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bringing your hands down to the mat, coming up to a flat back. You can place your hands on the mat or on your shins, keeping your knees soft. Breathing in and then exhale, fold forward. Let's do that again. You're going to inhale to a flat back and then exhale, fold forward. And just inching your way closer and closer to the mat. Placing your hands on the mat, step back to high plank. Hold high plank. And when you're in high plank, just focus on a couple of things. So your feet are together, your inner thighs are squeezing, your belly is in and up, and you're pushing the mat away with your hands. Breathing in and out, and just contract the stomach muscles on every exhale. Pull the belly in and up. And now from here, keeping the feet close together, transition with as little movement as possible down to a low plank. Coming right onto the elbows. And really feeling the shoulders warm up, feeling the abs engage. And breathing in and out. One more breath in. And then exhale, let it go. Placing your knees on the mat, coming into a child's pose. Sit the hips back on the heels, toes together, heels apart, knees wide, and just sit back. And just letting your body settle into the mat and just inching your way into each posture. Slowly make your way up. You're going to sit back on your heels and you're going to keep your hands on the ground and we're going to start with a twist. So I want you to take your left hand, place it on the mat, and then start to open up this right side. Still staying back on your heels and just twisting the body up towards the sky. Place that right hand down on the mat, replace it with the left, and then take the left arm up and over and twist. Just really opening up the upper back, mid back. Twisting is so good for digestion. So when we get into our horse stance and squat, we're going to do a couple of rotations to help with that digestion. Bringing that left hand down, start to walk forward, keeping your hips high, straighten your arms all the way out. Really feel that stretch in your upper back, sides, hips. Dropping your forehead to the ground. And now slowly walk your hands over to the right and feel that side body open up. Keeping those hips high and just feeling that nice stretch all through the side of the rib cage. And then slowly make your way to the left side. Just reaching your fingertips all the way over. It should feel really good. It's just a nice way to wake up. Breathing in and out. And then taking your arms back center, slowly walk up, coming onto all fours. And we'll do a couple of cat-cows. I want you to really use your breath as you go through this sequence. So a couple of the classes, we talk about using our breath to engage the stomach muscles, and that's really important here. So you're going to inhale, drop the belly, lift your gaze, look up, and then exhale, pull the stomach in and up as you know, as if you're really contracting those stomach muscles, doing a little mini crunch on all fours. Inhale, lower the belly, lift the gaze. Exhale, draw the belly in, press the vertebrae to the sky, push the floor away with your hands. Inhale, lower the belly last time. And exhale, pull the stomach in and up. Coming back to a neutral spine, tuck your toes under and lift your knees about 1/2 inch off the ground. We're going to hold here for a count of 10 seconds, and then you're going to do some shoulder taps. For 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keeping the knees hovered on the mat, try to tap your shoulder, opposite hand to opposite shoulder, 5 per side. So that's 1 each side, 2, 3, try not to move the hips as much, 4, and last one here. Keeping your hands on the ground, breathe in, and start to drive your hips all the way to the sky for your first downward facing dog. Holding in downward facing dog, check in with yourself. You're pushing the floor away with your hands, and you're driving your tailbone all the way to the sky. And you're feeling that beautiful stretch all through the back of the body, all through the front of the shoulders, side. Breathe in and breathe out. Bend your knees, walk or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, sweep up, look up, bring your arms all the way up overhead, stand, hands touch, and then hands come down through heart center. Stay for one breath, inhale, and exhale. Bend the knees, sweep the arms all the way up, inhale, and then exhale, fold forward. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, step back, high plank, and lower down to a low plank. So you're just going to go about midway. So you're going to reach your forehead forward and then slowly bend your elbows going down. Inhale to an upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Taking a couple of breaths here. And just really using your breath to help you get into the posture just a little bit more. Take your right leg up to the sky, just straight back, flex your foot, toes are pointing down towards the mat, and then step your right foot forward, coming into a low lunge. You can tent your fingertips, and you're just going to pause here momentarily. Now you can stay here with your fingertips on the ground. If you want more of a core challenge, lift your arms And just really fire out through those fingertips. Depending on the strength of your quadriceps, the strength of your glutes on the right side. Breathing in and breathing out. Pulling the belly in towards the back of the body. Placing that left hand down on the mat, twist and open to the right. Fingertips come to the sky. Bringing that right hand down, drop the back knee. Excuse me. And then bring the hands together, clasp the fingers, but keep the first finger and the thumb connected. And then bring your arms up to the sky with a slight mini back bend. Now you're reaching your fingertips up towards the sky and you're trying to connect your biceps to your ears. Breathing in and breathing out. One more breath in. Bringing your hands down by your side. Take your back knee off the ground. Step back, high plank. Lower down to low plank chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Staying here for 2 breaths. Just connecting your inhale and your exhale. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Left leg comes up. Pausing just for a moment, keeping your back foot straight and energized. And then bend your knee, lift your hips, and step your left foot forward. Then tenting your fingertips, pausing momentarily, and just really feeling the stretch in the back right leg, and then feeling all that strength right in through the left thigh and glute. Staying here with tented fingertips or raise your arms up. Really depending on that core, depending on that leg strength. Maybe you challenge yourself and you hold it here for a couple of seconds and then you come back down. Placing your right hand on the ground, lift your left arm up and twist. Just feel that beautiful stretch. Breathing in and out. Just finding that connection from the breath to the stretch. Taking that right arm down, dropping the back knee. Again, taking your hands together, creating that pointer finger and the thumb, they're connected together, lifting the arms up, and then do a slight mini back bend, stretching in through the right hip flexor. Biceps connecting to the ears, dropping your shoulders down so you're not shrugging. Breathing in and breathing out. One more breath in. And then release your hands, bring them down to the floor, step back, high plank, and hold. You're holding here in this high plank, and we're gonna do a series of mountain climbers, just to really get some fire in through the stomach. Now your front foot will come up and your toes are going to be elevated off the floor. And you're gonna do a quick switch. Okay, we're gonna do it 10 times per side, so 20 total. Ready, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Awesome. Lowering down to low plank chaturanga, going through your vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathing in and breathing out. Eventually coming into your downward facing dog is your resting pose. Remembering child's pose is always available to you throughout practice. Bringing your right leg up to the sky, step it up and through, dropping the back foot down, coming up into warrior one. Sweeping your arms up, pinkies face each other. Breathing here, nice and strong. Hands come connected down through heart center, step back, high plank. Lowering down to low plank chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Taking it to the other side, left leg comes up, step it up and through. for warrior one. Dropping that back foot down, sweep the arms up. Really just holding here for a few breaths, just to kind of settle into the posture and letting the body wake up. Hands connect, come down through heart center, step back, high plank. Holding in high plank, we're going through our series of mountain climbers again, 20 reps. Breathing in and breathing out. Ready? And begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Lowering down to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathing in, breathing out. Bend your knees, walk or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, drop the hips, sweep the arms all the way up. Utkatasana, chair pose. Staying here. Checking down with your knees, making sure that your knees aren't moving forward past your toes. We're going to do a series of 10 chair squats. So you're going to step, and you're not going to step anywhere. You're just going to stay in place and you're going to stand and squeeze the glutes and then go back down. Okay? 10 times. Ready? And go. 10, squeeze the glutes. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. See if you can get lower each time. 3, 2, and 1. Landing back into your chair squat. Hands come down through heart center and now twist over to the right. Staying here, opening up your arms like wings. If you have a block next to you, you can place your hands on a block. Taking that right hand down, connecting the hands together, sweep them back up to chair, and then bring them together again and twist over to the left. Just feeling that rotation. You can use your right tricep to help you move into that twist. Breathing in and breathing out. One more breath here, inhale. And then exhale, untwist and fold forward, shaking out the legs. You can widen your stance a little, and then just give your legs a nice shake. Just give them a little massage. Just breathe in and breathe out. Take your feet a little wider, and then sit down in a yogi squat. So from here, I just want you to really connect with the earth with your hips. If this is really challenging for you, you can use a block and sit right on a block, or if you have books, you can sit right on it. What I love about this is that it's just helping you to not collapse forward into a squat. So your hips are going down towards the floor, and you're gonna use your elbows to press the knees out so you can open up the hips. And just breathe. Inhale and exhale. Feeling that stretch in your inner thighs. One more breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Start to lift the hips without falling forward. Bring your hands together and then lift up to a standing position. Bringing your arms all the way up to the sky like a star. And then bring your hands together and let's sit back down into that squat. We're going to do this 3 times, as low as you can go. It doesn't matter how low you go. It's just a matter of getting into it. And then you're going to breathe in and then slowly press through your heels. Keep your torso up, lift, open up your arms to a star. Bringing the hands down through heart center, start to slowly lower down. Making sure that your knees aren't passing your toes. Sit your hips back and down. Just feeling that stretch. And see if you can go a little deeper each time. Pressing the elbows into the knees, inhale. And without dropping your torso forward, press through your heels. Use your glutes in the back of your thighs to press, 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 all the way up to star. Shine open. And then bring your hands together, down through heart center. Bring your feet closer together, hips width distance. Stay for a breath. Bend the knees, sweep the arms all the way up. Hands touch and fold forward. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, step back, high plank. Lowering down to low plank chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Taking your right leg up to the sky, you're going to pause here for a moment. You want to keep your hips square and your foot is pressing to the back of the mat, as if you're going to stamp the back wall. Now lift it up a little higher, bend your knee and roll your hip open. Your hips are square, your shoulders are square. Now you can stay here. If you know how to flip your dog, you can flip your dog. You just want to do it very gracefully and with control. Straightening that left leg, flipping your dog all the way over, bending into that right knee, and reaching your right arm up and over. Really meet your body where it's at today. If you're not ready to flip your dog, don't worry. It's all good. Just showing you variations. Now slowly make your way back to high plank and go through your vinyasa. Meeting me in downward facing dog. And you can bend and straighten one knee at a time. And I love that every downward facing dog just gets better and better every time I step into it. Taking your left leg up to the sky, pause for a moment, check in, make sure everything is in good working order, proper position. And then bend your knee and roll your hip open. Maybe this is where you're at today. I spent many, many sessions in this position until I worked up the courage to flip the dog. And then I was like, oh, this is what it feels like. So don't worry. You just meet your body where it's at. Slowly flipping over. Whoop, my chair's in the way. And then straightening that right leg, bending into that left knee, and then reach up and over. Really feeling that beautiful arc, that stretch. Opening up space in the rib cage. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly transitioning back to high plank. And then come down onto your knees for child's pose. And let's bring your arms by your side and just let your shoulders kind of flop down to the mat. And just feel that nice stretch. And you can push your hips down to your feet. And if you want to grab your heels, you can feel that stretch of the shoulders. And you're always thinking about unshrugging the shoulders, so not keeping them close to your ears, rather trying to push them down into your back pockets. That will release a lot of tension in the head, neck, and shoulders. And it will really start to rely on your balance and your core strength to perform movement, which is the ultimate goal, right? Coming up slowly, taking your hands and placing them on the mat, tucking your toes under, and then press your hips back to downward facing dog. Taking your right leg up to the sky, you're going to bend your knee, lift your hips, and then step it forward. Coming into crescent lunge. Reaching your fingertips high. And straightening that back leg so you can feel the strength all in that quadricep. The quadricep is lifting up. Breathing in. And then open up into warrior two. And see if you can sit your hips down a little bit more this time. Fingertips are long and away, and your gaze is through that front middle finger. Flipping that front palm, reverse your warrior. And then dropping that elbow down to side angle pose. You can also bring your fingertips towards the ground. We're going to go through a little bit of a flow. So you're going to come back into warrior two. Flip your front palm, reverse your warrior. And then go back into side angle. And it's just a really nice flow. Let's do that again. Maintaining strength in your legs. Come back to warrior two. Flip the front palm, reverse your warrior. And then come down to side angle. Now you can stay in side angle pose, or you can come into a half or full bind. I'm going to go into a half bind by reaching my fingertips around to grab that thigh. And see how much your legs are screaming. Because you're in this position for a little bit. But that's okay, because that's how we get stronger, right? Just nod and smile. Breathing in and breathing out. Now, if you're bound, you can unbind your hands, come back up to warrior two, and then cartwheel your arms down, step back, high plank, going through your vinyasa. Meeting me in downward facing dog. Staying here for 2 breaths, and then we'll switch to the other side. Taking your left leg up to the sky, lift your hips, bend your knee, and step it forward. First, coming into crescent lunge, and just feeling that really great strength through your legs. Breathing in, and then breathe out, coming into warrior two. Aligning your front heel with your back arch. Flip your front palm, reverse your warrior. And then come down into side angle, reaching that arm all the way up. Come back to warrior two. Flip the front palm, reverse your warrior. And then come down to side angle. One more time, back to warrior two. Flip the front palm, reverse your warrior. And then come down to side angle. Taking that top arm and reaching it around to come into a half bind. Just opening up that chest. Not putting all your body weight into that left arm. Take your right hand from your thigh, come back up to warrior two, and then cartwheel your arms down, step back, high plank. You're going to hold high plank for a second, because I'm going to have you lift your legs, do some couple leg lifts. If this bothers you being on your wrists, you can also come down to low plank and do this in low plank. You're going to lift your right leg up, squeeze the glutes, and then come down. You can do that 5 times. 2 and 3, 4 and 5. Switching to the other side. 1, squeeze the glutes. 2 and 3, 4 and 5. Holding here in plank, whether you're high or low. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You can go through your vinyasa or meet me in downward facing dog. Hoping the body is nice and warm. Muscles are getting worked. I do love to combine some strength training in with yoga, because it can really help as you get a little bit more advanced with your postures. Bend your knees, walk and hop, or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Drop your hips, lift your arms, Utkatasana. 10 chair squats right here. Here we go. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your hands through heart center. Stay for a breath. And really just catch your breath for a moment. And then just bring your arms by your side. We're going to work on a couple of balancing postures. So I'm going to have you stand to the middle of your mat. You can face me. We're going to first work on tree. So this is really good for gaining more stability and balance. So I want you to remember your shoulders have to stay down. In order to get more balance, you can't shrug. Okay, so you have to move all the energy down into your core. Place your toes either here on your ankle. You can go mid-shin, or you can bring your foot all the way up and connect the foot with the thigh. Just don't put it on the knee so the knee doesn't get cranky. Bring your hands in through heart center and pause. And if you really think about your foot being pulled down by a branch of a tree, just that thought will give you more stability and grounding. Connect your pinky and your thumb, open your fingertips, and then start to move your arms all the way up to the sky. And eventually open them up. And don't worry if you fall. You know, trees have branches and leaves, and they sway and move all the time. So it's all good. Bringing your hands down through heart center. You're going to slowly remove your foot from your leg and then kick it back, bringing your hands back behind you for airplane. And really just pausing here, bringing your gaze forward and down, and just depending on that balance of that left foot. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bringing that right foot down to meet the left and just fold forward and shake out the legs. You can widen your stance and place your hands underneath your feet, bending your knees just to give your wrists a good stretch and a little massage. And drop your chin to your chest. A nice stretch for the lower back. And then remove your hands, bring your feet back together, and just slowly roll up. And we can switch over to the other side. Taking your foot either right by your ankle on your shin, or bring it all the way up. And I find that if you really push your thigh into your foot and your foot into your thigh, you'll feel that connection, and it'll just give you more stability. Bring your hands in through heart center. Find your gaze. Just pick a point in the room, but you stare at a point that preferably isn't moving. Connect your pinky and your thumb and slowly start to bring your arms all the way up to the sky. And then eventually open them out. And maybe you smile. Bringing your hands back together, bring them down through heart center, and slowly take your foot away from your thigh with control, and then kick it back for airplane. Reaching your fingertips long. The longer you reach your fingertips, the more your shoulders will move away from their ears. Holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Taking that left leg down to meet the right and fold forward. You can widen your feet and then clasp opposite elbow and sway. Let's just hang in ragdoll. Feel the lower back release. You can bend your knees a little bit to feel the hamstrings release. And just let the head kind of move side to side. Release your elbows. You can just slowly walk over to the top of your mat, still bent over. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, put your hands on the ground, step back to high plank, and go through your vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Taking your right leg up to the sky, step it up and through, coming into warrior two. Straighten that front leg and move forward and down for trikanasana, triangle. If you have a block close by, raise the floor by placing your hand on the top of the block. Now what's great about the blocks is that you can put it at any height. Whatever your flexibility is, meet yourself where you are. Reaching your fingertips up towards the sky. And then if you have the flexibility and the range and you want to take your arm all the way up and over, breathing in and breathing out. Taking your arm back up, let the inhale take you all the way up. You're going to just move the block to the side and take your toes and point them straight ahead. Sweep your arms all the way up and then fold forward, coming down all the way to the mat. Inhale to a flat back, exhale, fold. Holding here, just feeling that stretch in the back of the legs. Come up to a flat back, place your left hand in the middle, and much like we did with the child's pose in the beginning, you're going to open up with the right arm and twist. This one's just a little bit more challenging, but it feels really nice. And then bring that right hand down and bring the right hand all the way over to the right foot and take the left hand with you. And just look over your right shoulder. And if you want to twist, go ahead. You don't have to. You can just stay here. If you want to bring your arm all the way up to the sky. Coming back to center. This time, take your right hand, put it in the center, and take your left arm up. Twist up to the left. Taking your left hand, reach it over to the left ankle, and then take the right hand and try to grab onto the outside of the right ankle. Just feel that nice opening in through your obliques. Taking your hands back center, you're going to toe heel your feet just one step. And then you're going to turn towards Warrior Two on the other side and just come right up into it. So just transitioning to that other side, straightening that front leg. You're going to move forward and down for trikanasana. Triangle. Bringing that arm all the way up overhead, if that's in your practice today. And also try not to press in through that shin on the left side. Sometimes I find myself like just holding myself up, and I have to remind myself to use my core and my breath. Let the inhale take you up, and then you're going to turn your feet so that they're pointing out. So we come into this horse stance. You're going to sweep your arms all the way up, and then bring your arms down as you sit your hips. Keep your palms up. And just pause for a second. Feeling that strength all in through your legs. Now bring your arms out to the side, and we're going to twist. So you're going to twist side to side. Okay, just like that. All right, we're going to do it about 20 times, staying in this horse stance. So really work with the digestion here. Okay, you ready? And go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 makes 20. Okay, place your hands on your knees, and then sit down, and then take your right shoulder in towards the center, pushing the right and the left knee away. Lift that right shoulder up, and then drop the left shoulder in. That should feel really nice. Nice stretch for the groin, nice stretch for the chest. And then come back center, straighten the legs, and then just roll yourself up. Coming all the way up, toe heel your feet together. And then step up to the top of your mat. I'm going to switch sides here. Sweep your arms all the way up, hands touch, and fold forward. Coming into our last vinyasa of the day, inhale, flat back. Exhale, step back, high plank. Lower down to chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Just stay for 2 breaths. And now make your way to high plank. And we're going to lower down for a count of 10 seconds so you can really build that arm strength. If you need to drop to your knees at any point, go for it. Okay? Ready? And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Resting all the way down on your belly. Placing your arms by your side and your cheek to one side. And just pause for a moment. Widen your knees and take your feet, bend them, bend your knees, take your feet up, and then lift your forehead, so your forehead's down on the mat. We're going to come into bow. So you're going to grab back, if you can reach it, both ankles, and you're going to lift up. Now this is really challenging for most people because you don't have a lot of flexibility in this flexed position. Just do what you can. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lowering your head. Just keep your knees bent and windshield wiper them. You can place your cheek on the other side. And just windshield wiper your legs side to side. Just release your back. And you're going to straighten your legs down. Bring your forehead back to the mat. And we're going to do some back extensions. So you're going to place your hands underneath your forehead. You can lift your legs, and you're now going to go up and down for 10 with your body, upper body. 8, 7, legs stay still. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You can just rest your forehead on the mat for a moment. Hands are by your side, by your ears. And now use the strength of your hands and your abs to push yourself back into a child's pose. Coming all the way up nice and slow. You're going to press your hips into a high plank, and you're going to transition right to a half pigeon. So take your right leg and sweep it up towards the hands. Now, if you want to try to challenge your half pigeon, you can try to put your foot and knee 90 degrees of flexion. So I'll do it to the side so you can see me. So here, you want to try to keep your both hips on the ground. Come into a mini back bend and then fold forward. Bring your arms out in front. And slowly make your way back up. And we're going to transition. So I'm going to show you. So I want you to just bend your left knee and bring it up, but keep your right leg where it is. I want you just to lean back. This will just be a good stretch for your hip flexor on this left side. Just lean back slightly if you can feel that stretch. And then start to bend both knees. You're sliding that left leg up, and you're going to switch, taking that right leg back, and the left leg now comes up for half pigeon. First, come tent your fingertips, mini back bend, and then start to walk and fold forward. You can place your hands on your forehead. And slowly start to come up. And then we'll slide that right leg a little bit forward so that you're kind of in this, both legs are bent position. And then lean back. Push your right hip forward so you can really get that stretch in through your quad and your hip flexor. Just breathing in and out. Relaxing your shoulders. And now you're going to swing that right leg around. You're going to keep both knees bent, and let's go into boat. So take your feet off the ground, keep your knees bent, and bring your arms straight ahead. Fingertips pointing straight ahead. So we're going to hold here for 10 seconds, and then I'm going to have you do some in and outs. You can feel free to hold here. You don't have to follow along. Ready? You're going to extend your legs and lower yourself back. So you kind of look like a canoe, right? Or a banana. And then use the strength of your abs to come back into boat. Let's do that 6 times. I'm going to count now. So this is 1 and in. 2, in. 3, 4, use the strength of your belly. 5, 6, hold. Nice and strong if you want to straighten your legs. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Grab your knees, just place your feet on the floor and just give yourself a hug. Dropping your chin towards your chest so you can feel that stretch in your neck. You can move your head side to side. And now come up, take your right leg, left leg out straight, and then slowly roll back, pulling your right knee into your chest. You can grab onto your right heel and feel that stretch in through your hip as you take your right heel to your left armpit. Now, if this is pretty easy for you, then you do not have tight hip flexors. Most people that, if you're sitting a lot and you think you have tight hip flexors, this is a really good way to see if that's true. Like if you had tight hip flexors, you probably could only come to here. And this would be like pinching a lot. But if you can bring your knee all the way up and in, that might not be a tight hip flexor. It might just be your glutes are weak and it just feels like it's pulling on the hips. Switch it over to the other side. And you may find you have one tight side more so than the other. Grabbing onto that left heel, pull your left heel up towards your right armpit, but keep your keep your left knee over to your left armpit. So it looks like a figure 4, but the other leg isn't in tabletop. Okay, take both legs in table. And I'm going to have you bring your arms by your side, press your right leg out, hold it here, flex your feet, and then pull it back in. Extend the left leg and pull in. Again, right leg straight. This is really good for your stomach muscles. Pull the right leg in, left leg straight, and pull the left leg in. Now you're going to extend the right leg, hold it here, arms up overhead, come up and reach towards your ankle. Lower down. Let's go 6 reps. 2 and 3, 4. Keep your chin down so you don't strain your neck. 5 and 6. Hold. Pulse. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Just bring your knees into your chest. Just for a mini break. Head goes side to side to stretch out your neck. And we'll switch it over to the other side. Legs in tabletop, arms by your side, straighten your left leg. Now bring your arms up overhead, come up and reach for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pulse for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bringing your knees into your chest. And then drop them down to the left. Just feeling that stretch. That nice twist. And then slowly make your way to the other side. Feeling that really beautiful twist. And bring your knees back center. Place your feet on the ground and then take your knees out wide, placing one hand on your belly and one hand on your heart. And just pause for a moment. And just giving yourself some gratitude for showing up on your mat. Sometimes that is the hardest thing to do, is show up. Just breathing in and out, nice and slow. And bring your arms down by your side and press one leg out and then the other. And coming into our final posture of the day. And I'll let you know when to come out, but you feel free, you can stay as long as you wish. Flipping your palms open to the sky and settling into Shavasana. And start to wiggle your fingers and your toes just to create some blood flow and energy. You can move your wrists around. And take one knee into your chest and then the other. And just roll over onto your right side with intention. And then just slowly make your way up. Coming up to a seated position. Crossing your legs in front. I like to stack my feet one in front of the other. And bring your hands in through heart center, keeping your back nice and tall. You can close your eyes. Feeling the energy and the space that you created throughout your practice. The light in me shines within the light in you. Thank you for joining me today, and I can't wait to see you again for our next time we meet on the mat. Together, we finish class by saying Namaste. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.